What's going on, Show Nation? It's Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and in today's video I'm going to give you all of the attributes for all of the maxed out archetype loadouts in MLB The Show 21. So what is it like when you progress all the way down to the diamond, and what do those stats look like? How many bonuses do you get to your contact, your power, everything like that? Now, if you're new to MLB The Show 21 or you don't know what the loadout is, let me explain it. Over on the left, right, you got your top archetype. These three things down here are just stat boosts. So you can get a contact one, a power one, a speed one, a fielding one, whatever you feel like will make your player the best. That's what the bottom three tiers are. The top one is your archetype. It tells the story about what type of player that you have. So to make even more sense of this, these are the base ones that it starts out with. It starts out with spark plug, it starts out with slugger, it starts out with speedster, and it starts out with slick fielding. Painter, filthy, and cheese, those are all ones for a pitcher. So again, we're just going to talk about hitters in this one, because the hitters I have all of the information about. I don't have all the information yet about the pitchers. If someone knows the information about the pitchers, put that down in the comment section below, because I want this video to be a resource for people to be able to know this information, because it needs to be archived someplace, and I'd like to put it in this video so I know that I have an archive that I can reference, because a ton of people ask me these questions. I'm going to show you where I got this information from as well. So I'm going to use myself as an example of what I did. So basically what I did is the first one that I selected was spark plug. So I selected spark plug. You can see it popped up in the top left over there. Now you evolve this spark plug. Now again, this is the archetype that tells the story about my player. My player at this point is a spark plug. If you hit square, you can go to view the program, and through Road to the Show missions and through Diamond Dynasty missions, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do, you could do both, you could do one or the other, it doesn't matter. But you accumulate these stats that give you those reward points. See that, like 2 reward points for getting 5 DD innings played, or 8 hits gives you 3, and eventually you go through this program. All right, you go through this and you knock it all out. Once you get to this archetype, you basically get this pack that has the slick spark plug, the slugging spark plug, and the speedy spark plug. You get all 3 of those. And then you can continue to craft a story of what kind of player that you want. So you can see here we've got the slugging spark plug, the speedy spark plug, and then the slick spark plug. So what did I choose out of there? I chose the slugging spark plug. Same thing again, go through the program with the missions that we talked about. We get these, we get the tool shed and the hawk. So from there I went to here and I got the hawk. Same kind of thing with the, I put on the hawk, and it's the same kind of deal again. Eventually it leads to the diamond version of the hawk, which again is the archetype that tells the story about my player. So eventually I got to the hawk, and it opens up these slots below. These slots below aren't your archetype, they are perks that you use to get more stats for your player. So I got ones for power and contact to give my player more power and more contact. You're going to unlock some of these from those program reward pass, but you can also buy them out of the market as well, out of the community market. And eventually once you get the diamond, also you get 4 slots. You can see when you have the bronze, you only start out with 2 slots that you can add towards it. You can also add equipment to your player to get more stats, to get them as a higher overall as well. And also if you need them in Diamond Dynasty, make sure you click that activate button. Once you click that button, it puts them on your Diamond Dynasty team as well. So what are we explaining in this video? We're going to talk about, as you go from like spark plug all the way up to the hawk, which are the best paths to take, and that's what this video is all about. So I got sent this post by my dude Cardinal Bird 5. CB5 is the man, he's an absolute legend in the community. This post was written by Metskid, and Mets did a great job documenting all of the paths with all of the stats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the stats that he documented, and I'm going to give you my opinion on which are the best ones to build out, especially for Diamond Dynasty. Just based on Diamond Dynasty history and cards that are going to be coming out for the game, I can give you an opinion on which are going to be the best. And right now I only have the hitting stats. I do not have the one for a pitcher, but pitchers, don't sleep on making a creative pitcher for your Diamond Dynasty team. It is very, very effective either in a starting pitching role. I prefer the relief pitching role because you can use them in more high leverage situations and you can use them more often. We'll have to see when those those stats get built out all the way, and I have a better guide on that later down the road of which one you should make. But for right now, today we're going to talk about the hitters. Okay, he talks a little bit about grinding your player. For the slugger, you know, you're gonna want to get more of the hitting stats. It's just it makes a lot of sense. Slugger type of player, more of the missions are going to be hitting. Fielding type of player, more of the missions are going to be fielding. Speed type of player, more of the missions are going to be stealing bases, stuff like that. I'm going to link this post in the top comment of the comment section also. So if you need this post, you want to reference this post, check it out in the comment section at the top. All right, it's going to be there for you. I hope at this point when we look at this, it's going to make a lot more sense. So we had the spark plug, we had the slugger, we had the speedster, and we had the slick fielding, and these are the things that it evolves to. Spark plug, it goes from bronze spark plug to slugging spark plug, speedy spark plug, slick spark plug. You get all those. Then you can choose either the tool shed or the hawk at gold, right? And the tool shed you can make into a diamond, the hawk you can make into a diamond. We explained all that. This has been my experience with it. The speedy spark plug, that leads to rawhide, and that leads to the spoke. So you get a gold rawhide, which you could turn into a diamond, and the spoke, which leads into a diamond as well. And key these positions also. So they got left field, shortstop, second base, center fielder, right fielder, and center fielder. That's going to be something we're going to have to talk about in a little bit, because secondary positions, especially the secondary position of catcher, is not working right now. All right, slugger, we got bronze slugger, silver sparking slugger, speedy slugger, slick slugger. Sparking leads to gold. All this same with the bronze, same with the slick fielding. You can pause it if you need to read it on the screen, but that's what these lead to. But what we're real interested in is, first of all, here's the position. So I get all the time my catcher, I had him as the hawk, and let me go back over to the main game. So you see the hawk there, it says secondary positions, preferred positions, or whatever, preferred positions. The hawk's main position is shortstop. Right now in the game, if you put him at catcher, which would be his secondary position of catcher, it should only take a small defensive hit. It should go from like, if you had 96 fielding, it goes down to 91, like, or it goes down to 92. It's either a 4 or 5 point difference at your secondary position compared to your main position. It's broken in the game right now. It makes it think that you have like a 40 overall defense, so it's not working. The only way you can get a catcher, and it's not that bad, it really is not that bad if you really want to use a catcher. And also, in my opinion, the best place to put your Diamond Dynasty player in this game long term would be at catcher, but it's broken right now, so we'll have to see how that goes. But if you do make a slick fielding, you can see the preferred position, it says catcher. So if you do slick fielding, you're only going to be able to put 2 things in the spots right here. It's going to lower his overall, but it is a usable catcher that you can use online in Diamond Dynasty, that it will work. And it's still a very effective player, to be honest with you. It's almost like a team affinity type of level of player, you know, 90-ish power, 80-ish contact, diamond fielding, not a great arm, but I have to max out my player as well. So I'll talk really quickly about this. Okay, so you can see on here, see how everything's 30, right? And then my fielding's like 45, 34, 34, 36, what have you. Basically can get all these stats up to 50. All these stats can go up to 50 through playing a bunch of Road to the Show. You're gonna max it out to 50. Well, once it hits 50, that's when your archetype, you know, the story of your player takes over, and those other perks. That's when this takes over, right? That's when we have like the hawk, and that's when we have like the power and the contact that adds up on top of our 50, and also our equipment adds up on top of our 50. And make sure you check out this video that I have on how to get a bunch of the free equipment. There's a bunch of amazing equipment that you can get for free by completing 1 conquest map. I will link that video and also my method on how I level my player up fast at the end of this video as well. But let's head back over here. Okay, so you can see for the catcher, there's no catcher one that's like the hawk that's grinding it out to diamond. You can only use that bronze slick fielding one that I just showed you. Eventually, hopefully, you will be able to use like the hawk at catcher, because that will be extremely helpful. I really hope they patch it. I thought they did try to patch it so it worked, but I don't think it's still working, and hopefully it will be soon, because we need that. We don't want to just use a bronze slick fielding thing. First base, it also has none right now. Second base, Rawhide in the fly chaser, crime dog, yo Adrian, Showboat, Iron Man at third base. Shortstop has the Hawk, the Lark, the Wizard, the Mechanical Man, El Mago, the Toolshed, the Duke, El Ambassador. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I know I did. Man of Steel, the Winnie, the Worth. Center field has the Spoke, the Dart, El Nino, Cool Papa, the Belly, and right field has Dewey and the Chef. And obviously I don't have the pitching ones right now. So Rawhide, below are the boosts that each archetype gives at gold. Diamond will increase the main ones a little bit more. The below displays boosts in this specific order: contact vision, power arm, speed stealing, fielding reaction, and accuracy. All right, the first one is contact. The Rawhide is going to get a boost of contact by 38. The power of the arm is going to be 10. The speed stealing is going to be 30, and the 20 is going to be fielding, accuracy, and reaction. Now let me step in just as someone that can help you parse this even more. Why is this so important? Why did he choose this? Why didn't he choose like my hitting clutch or my pitching clutch or whatever? You know, why didn't he choose how good of a bunter I am? Because lots of the stats in this game don't matter. This is taking the most important stats and putting them together. Okay, so that's why we're just talking about these. The rest of them, they're not make or break. They're not going to do any, like, your durability is not important, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we're talking about these in particular. So the Rawhide is going to give you a ton of contact. It is going to give you a lot of speed, 30 plus speed, and pretty decent fielding, not a lot of power. The Rawhide, I've had it described to me by one of the people in my chat named Josh. He describes the Rawhide a lot like, if we were going to tell the story with the archetype, it's a lot like Jackie Robinson. And again, it is a second base type of position. So it's got a lot of contact, not a ton of power that gets added to it. It has a lot of fielding, and it has a lot of speed. The Fly Chaser, all right, so we have 20 for the contact, we have 10 for the power and the arm, we have 30 for the speed and the stealing. The fielding and reaction is incredible. I would probably rather have the Rawhide at second base. I personally think that's better. You get a lot of hitting, you still get a decent amount of speed and fielding as well. So I'd rather have that one if I was making a second baseman. And we're going to take into account that we can't play these players at the secondary positions right now. If we can play them at the secondary positions right now, let me know down in the comments immediately. I know it's broken in catcher for a fact. I know it is. But if you're having the ability to play them at a secondary position where you're feeling like it's not broken, I need to know in the comment section immediately. So please let me know that. We got the Crime Dog here, all right? We got the Crime Dog. It's a third baseman. We're going to get 24 contact vision, 36 power, which I like a lot. The speed stealing is only a plus 10. And we got the fielding, arm, and reaction at 15. Not bad at all, because this one gives you a ton of power. That gives you a lot of power. That's not a bad way to go about things. Yo Adrian, plus 15, plus 36, plus 10, plus 25. So we lose a little bit of contact and vision, and we gain a little bit of fielding. Yo Adrian reminds me of Adrian Beltre, by the way. Also, I feel like maybe it's a shout out to him. Both of those wouldn't be too bad. Get a lot of power. Trying to decide which one I would rather have. Honestly, at third base, I think I'd rather have the Crime Dog, just because you get more power and contact. I'd rather have the contact than a little bit more fielding. I'd rather just make them really good at hitting. I feel like at third base, you really could get away with like a silver fielder out there. So I'd probably go with Yo Adrian. Now the Showboat gets plus 5 to contact, plus 36 to power, plus 20 to his speed and stealing, and plus 25 to his fielding. Showboat's at third, so we're not having a lot of contact there whatsoever. I still like the Crime Dog more than the Showboat there. And then we got the Iron Man. He's got plus 15, plus 24, plus 10, and plus 42. It's not too bad. That's a ton of fielding, to be honest with you, and it's still pretty decent hitting, plus 24. But the other ones, I'd much rather have like the Crime Dog. I'd even much rather have the Showboat, honestly. I'd rather have that power so we can blast the ball. Now the Hawk, that's the one I built at shortstop. Plus 38 to contact, 20 to power, 10 as well to the speed and stealing, and we've got 20 to the fielding. Just makes him a great hitting shortstop. That's why I like that one so much. The Lark, it's going to give you 20 and 10 to your hitting. It's going to give you 46 speed and 30 fielding. Just not quite enough hitting there for me. The Wizard's going to give you 26, 10, 20, and 42. A lot of fielding. I'd almost rather have the Lark than the Wizard because you're only losing about 6 contact and you get a ton more fielding. If you want to make a cap that's really more like a contact speed type of one, I'd probably go with the Lark. If you want more of that power, which I value more, like I always value the hitting, I'd rather go with the Hawk, especially if we can move the Hawk to a secondary position when it gets patched to catcher. I'd much rather have the Hawk. So we got the Mechanical Man at shortstop, 26, 14, 10, 42. Gonna be real nice defensively and not too bad hitting wise. Hawk just has a lot more hitting. I'd rather have the hitting and I'd have my fielding kind of be what it is. El Mago, 10, 24, 20, 42. That's quite a bit of power. So he gets plus 24 power. He gets 42 fielding, doesn't have as much contact, and has plus 20 to his speed and stealing. El Mago is not bad at all. I like El Mago. That's a lot of power for the El Mago, and plus fielding. Not bad at all. It's even more power than the Hawk. The thing is, you do lose a lot of contact. Hawk has so much contact, just makes it easier to hit, honestly. Where we at? The Tool Shed, plus 38, plus 20. That's very reminiscent of the Hawk. And the Tool Shed also has plus 15 to speed and stealing instead of 10. And for the fielding, let's see, Tool Shed has plus 10. I gotta be honest with you, I might go for this Tool Shed and just have like lower fielding. You know what I mean? I could even put fielding maybe on my card with the different perks. You know what I'm saying? So if I go back over to this screen, it's like I could go with the Tool Shed maxed out, and then maybe I could try out some of these different ones with like the fielding and stuff like that, where I just up my fielding, but I've got a ton of hitting from my stuff. Just something to think about. And some of these, like you can see with the power, like it takes away from your contact. It's like a give and take on some of these and what you're gonna do. Let me show you one other thing real fast too that's gonna be important. Like if you want to compare these different things, let's say you start grinding this stuff out and you want to compare these different things. If you go into the single player mode versus the CPU, you don't have to load in all the way to the game to see this. So let's go away and let this load up. Pick the park, yada, pick the pitcher. We go over to our cap. You can see it only says he's a 65 overall, but look at the top right, it has actually all my stats: 105, 108, 123, 118, 92. And again, I don't have my player all the way maxed out, but maybe I might be going after the Tool Set and getting that to diamond. I don't know. He still has 85 fielding, but there's some plus and minuses that go along. But you can see having one of these players is literally like having a free Chipper Jones. Like, it is an amazing player to have on your team. All right, back over here, we got we got plus 15, plus 36 to the power, plus 30 to the speed and stealing, and we got plus 10 to the fielding. What position is that at? That's in left field. That's solid right there. That is solid. That is 36 power. You still got good contact. I wonder what secondary positions that one has. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have that one. That one looks nice. It's in left field, but that's pretty solid right there. If you could move this one into the infield someplace, like at a shortstop or a catcher, this would be very nice. Very nice, because you get a lot of speed and a lot of power. Two things I value very high are speed and power. Then probably contact, then probably fielding. Man of Steel, plus 30 to contact, 15 to power, 49 to speed, and 10 to fielding. That is a fast player with a lot of contact for that type of build. The Winnie has 10, 24 power, 46 speed, and 20 fielding. What is the Winnie in? It's in left field also. I bet they don't let us bring these players into the infield, or especially the catcher or something like that. That's an interesting one though. I like that one. 46, 32, the Worth. That's just too low on the contact and power. I mean, it's nice on the speed and the fielding, but you'd be better off just going with this one. You'd be all right. We got the Dart, 38 to contact, 10 to power, 15 to the speed, 26. Kind of feels like a slower type of where's the Dart at? In center field? Yeah, I would not go with the Dart. I don't like that one. El Nino has 36 power, 30 on the speed, 20 to the fielding, only 5 to the contact. This might not be too bad if you can load it up with a lot of contact, because 36, 30, and 20 are all pretty nice on that side. Cool Papa is plus 30, plus 10, plus 46, plus 20. More of a contact and speed type of player. That's not too bad. You could up this one with the power. It might not be too bad. Cool Papa is playing in center field. And then we got the Belly, 10, 18, 30, 42. Not too wild about that one. The Dewey is 38, 15, 10, and 26. And then Chef is 20, 26, 46, and 10. Chef's not bad either. Those are probably in right field. Which are the most important ones for Diamond Dynasty? So over the long-term parts of the game, right? If I go into managed squad, right now there's like, right now, honestly, the best, it's going to be catcher. Like, that is the position you want a catcher, because really the only true amazing A plus catcher, if I were to rate all the cards, is Jimmy Fox. And Jimmy Fox comes out, I don't know, it could be July, it could be tomorrow, but it could be like July, August, and it's a secondary position, and you really got to get him up to like silver fielding. But he's fantastic. He has like 110 you know, contact, and like 100 plus, like 110 plus power, and he's got a fantastic swing, and he's got like 60 to 60 some odd speed, and he has a decent enough arm, and if you're not throwing it all over the place, he does a good job behind the plate. Like, he's the complete package for me at catcher. But he might not, he's the one card. So we got these other cards too, you know. We got let me see, for example, where did I move Piazza? We have like Piazza, and we have the Perez, and we have Posada. I don't know, I think Posada's maybe on my bench, and we have Adley Rutschman, who's going up in price dramatically right now, and so it might not be that much of a viable option. We really don't have a good catcher. That's why if you could take the Hawk and move them to catcher, it would be so good. But right now, like I said, it doesn't work. You have to use the slick fielding one, but even the slick fielding one isn't bad. So what do you want to do? I mean, you can build out all these, get a lot of XP from doing it, have a variety of options, but what happens is the outfield gets super stacked long term in Diamond Dynasty. It just does. It already is stacked. Like, I have Steve Finley and Acuna on the bench because it's so stacked at that spot. The problem with shortstop is this chipper can play shortstop, and he can play a fine shortstop. Like, I have the parallel 5 version. He can play a fine version of shortstop. He also can play third. This Jackie can play third. You know, so like the infield is kind of stacked. First baseman, there's always a million first baseman cards as well. Catcher, it's just that one position where we don't really need it. And also the pitching, the bullpen pitching is really, I really recommend making a bullpen pitcher. I know we didn't see the stats in that today, but a pitcher is always very, very worth it. But I feel like out of all these builds right now, I feel like you can get a pretty stacked outfield. I would probably put him at shortstop. For right now, I feel like shortstop would be your best bet. Make a shortstop, make the Hawk. That's what I'm using the most. That's what I'm using right now. But I honestly might try out the tool shed. If you're gonna make an outfielder, no, which one should I choose if you're going to make an outfielder? Let's go back over here. Which would I choose if I was going to make an outfielder? Oh boy, what should I choose if I was going to make an outfielder? I might choose this one if I was going to make an outfielder, honestly, because you're going to get 15, 36, and 30. I would choose this one if I was going to make an outfielder. I would choose that one. I hope this helps you out. Shout out to CB5 for letting me know about this, and shout out to Mets for putting this all together. We need a pitching one. We need a pitching one also. But if you do make a pitching one, here's the pitches I recommend. Make yourself, or get a sinker, get a cutter, get a changeup. Maybe get a 4-seam fastball and get a screwball. If you can get a screwball, I'm not sure if you can, but get those pitches. All right, hope this helps out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.